Hi, Romil. How are you? Welcome to Drag and Drop.
Hi. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me.
It's a pleasure to have you. After looking at your experience, I thought it'd be good to hear a bit more about you and your background and your views, and you're in the Mendix ecosystem as well. So it'd be good to start with for you to share a bit of your background, a bit about yourself.
All right. So, hi, I'm Romil Gaurav, and I come from an enterprise architecture and digital transformation background, with experience helping organization modernizing legacy system and streamlining delivery through low-code platforms. I used to work on Java, before I started working on Mendix,
Yeah,
and I could relate so much, from Java platform that they adopted in Mendix. So over the
yeah,
years, I worked across banking, retail, home services, postal services, uh, and consulting and technology. Leading team, defining architecture standards, and building scalable solutions. My focus has always been on connecting strategy with execution, making technology an enabler of business outcomes. Discovering Mendix was a turning point because it aligned perfectly with my mission, delivering value faster while maintaining enterprise grade standards.
yeah. And speaking about discovering Mendix, when did you first hear about Mendix, and what was your kind of initial um, impression of it?
So, I first discovered Mendix around 8 years ago in 2017. I was working with Sales Holding at that time, and while exploring faster ways to deliver enterprise solution without compromising on quality and governance. My initial impression was that it was years ahead of traditional development. And as I said, I worked on Java, so I was comparing Java with Mendix,
Mm,
the low-code platform. I discovered the visual modeling, built-in collaboration tools, and instant deployment. These all felt transformative. The possibility of building the whole app, including UI, UX, DB designing, one-click deployment, etc. It was a game-changer experience. What stood out most was it brought business and IT onto the same page, eliminating long communication gap. It immediately struck me as a platform that could change how enterprise build and evolve software.
And yeah, obviously you decided to pursue a career with Mendix at that point, when you were kind of exposed to it, but you had a background in Java, and eight years ago, Mendix, in the US and Canada wasn't the biggest. Obviously Java is very well known, so there's more chances of getting opportunities. So what kind of really pushed you to pursue that career with Mendix rather than, just being comfortable in the tech stack you already know?
Yeah, what drew me to Mendix was its ability to bridge the gap between business vision and technical execution. I saw how quickly ideas could become reality, doing prototyping, proof of concept, working application without usual complexity and traditional development. It wasn't just about speed, it was about collaboration, innovation, and empowerment. Mendix allows both developers and business experts to co-create which transforms how organizations deliver value. That blend of technology, strategy, and creativity made it the perfect space for me to build a career.
Sure, sure. And being in the space for 8 years now, technology evolves, right? Low code's evolving. What's the biggest shift you've seen in how enterprises are approaching low code from then versus now?
The biggest shift is that enterprise now see low code as a strategic enabler, not just a quick prototyping tool. It's moved from isolated apps to being part of core enterprise architecture, integrated with APIs, DevOps, and cloud platforms. There's also a major mindset change from fear to shadow IT to collaboration between business and IT. Today, low code is used to modernize legacy system, accelerate delivery, and bridge the talent gap in software development.
Yeah, and obviously, just recently, Mendix released Mendix 11, right? And how do you think, how does Mendix 11 change the way organizations, will be kind of, thinking about low code?
Mendix 11 changes the way organizations think about low code by making it more intelligent, composable, and enterprise ready. It shifts the focus from just building apps faster to build smarter AI assisted solutions. With features like Mendix AI Assist, Gen AI integration, and composable architecture, teams now can design reusable, modular capabilities that scale across the enterprise. It's not just a platform for developers anymore. It's becoming a strategic innovation layer where business and IT co create using AI to boost productivity and accelerate digital transformation.
Yeah. And speaking about developers, and there's Mendix developers all over the world. There's developers that come from traditional to Mendix, developers from no, you know, tech background to becoming Mendix developers. In your experience and kind of managing developers, in roles you've had, what do you think separates an okay, good developer from a great Mendix developer?
That's a tough question. So, a good Mendix developer, as per my thinking, they know how to build application efficiently using the platform's feature. But a great Mendix developer goes beyond that. They understand architecture, performance, and the business context behind every requirement. They think in terms of reusability, scalability, and users' experience, not just functionality. Great developers also collaborate closely with business stakeholders, turning ideas into impactful, maintainable solutions. In short, they don't just build apps, they build value-driven enterprise-grade experience.
Yeah. And in your roles, you've managed a COE, what advice would you give to companies who are looking to build a strong Mendix team?
So I'll say start small but strategic. Build a core Mendix team that blends business knowledge with technical depth, ideally including a solution architect, a few certified developers, and business analysts. Focus early on governance, reusability, standards, so that as the team scales, you avoid chaos and duplication. Invest in continuous learning and certification, and make mentorship part of the culture. Most importantly, create fusion team where IT and business co-create. That's where Mendix deliver its best real enterprise value.
Yeah. And with obviously AI is everywhere. Everyone is on this journey of kind of AI from enterprises to developers even, what advice would you give to organizations? Should they be, kind of upskilling their existing Mendix devs with AI skills, or should they be bringing in more AI specialists into their low code teams?
So organizations should start by upskilling their existing Mendix devs. They already know and understand the business. They understand the data and the platform context. Adding AI capability to their skill set will make adoption faster and more meaningful. Once that foundation is strong, bring in AI specialists to complement the team. People who can design, train, and integrate AI models into business workflows. The goal isn't to replace Mendix developers, but to create fusion team where domain expert, low-code developers, and AI engineer collaborate to build smarter adaptive solution.
Yeah. And, with AI now being a major part in, modern development, what are your thoughts on its role, in the future of low code? Obviously, all the low code platforms now, including Mendix, are all in on AI. How do you kind of see the future for low code evolving?
So, AI will completely redefine low code, turning it from a build faster tool into thinking smarter ecosystem. Instead of manually modeling every logic flow, developers will soon describe intent, and the platform will generate the core design. data model, and microflows automatically. We can see it happening already. AI will also optimize applications continuously, suggesting improvements for performance, UX, and security. In the future, I think low code won't just accelerate development, it will also become a co pilot for innovation, empowering both developers and business users to focus on creativity and problem solving rather than repetitive tasks.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously, a lot of execs and business leaders follow Gartner predictions and like to kind of stay on top of that. And Gartner's predicting by 2028, 80% of enterprises will be using agentic AI through low code platforms. How do you see this shaping the Mendix ecosystem?
And that prediction aligns perfectly with where Mendix is heading. As agentic AI becomes mainstream, Mendix will evolve from development platform to an intelligent orchestration layer, where AI agents can analyze data, make decisions, and even trigger workflows autonomously. This means app will no longer just execute logic; they'll adapt, learn, and act in real time. For the Mendix ecosystem, it'll expand the role of developers into AI orchestrator, focusing more on defining rules, context, and governance rather than handcrafting every process. Ultimately, Mendix will become the foundation of self-improving digital ecosystems where human creativity and AI automation works hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously with Mendix 11, how do you think, you know, Mendix 11 changes the skill sets enterprises now need on their teams?
Mendix 11 raises the bar for what teams need to succeed. It's no longer enough to just model pages and microflows. Teams need to skill in AI prompt engineering, composable architecture, integration, and data intelligence. Developers must understand how to design reusable modules and leverage AI features to boost productivity. Architects and business analysts also need to think in terms of fusion team, where domain expertise, data insight, and automation comes together. In short, Mendix 11 shifts the focus from building apps to engineering intelligent, scalable ecosystems.
Yeah. And with the new release, and obviously there's been other releases in the past probably 24 months, there's been big push on AI, agentic AI, Gen AI. What's exciting you most about the next chapter for Mendix?
So, what excites me most is how Mendix is evolving from a low code platform into a true innovation ecosystem. With Mendix 11 and AI integration, we are entering a stage where anyone from developers to business user can turn ideas into intelligent, scalable solution in days, not months. The lines between business, IT, and data are blurring in a powerful way. This next chapter is about co creation and intelligent automation, where Mendix becomes the backbone of enterprise agility and continuous innovation.
Yeah. And I'm interested to know, obviously, with your role in dealing with customers, speaking to customers, in the United States and Canada, what's the kind of feeling around AI? When you're kind of speaking to customers, is there a big hype that everybody's on and they just all the discussions are around AI, or they're very much, just they know it's coming, but they're not kind of worried to be feeling behind?
So what I've seen is like business leaders they are very much thrilled about AI and all the nice thing it brings on table. Uh, I believe that business leaders can avoid the hype by starting with measurable business outcomes, not AI features. They should identify clear problems like reducing manual work, improving time to market, and enhancing customer experience, and use AI only where it directly impacts those goals. Establishing strong governance, reusable components, and feedback loops ensures that AI outputs stay aligned with business values. It's also key to track matrices, such as efficiency gain, cost reduction, and user adoption. In short, a real return of investment comes from strategic implementation and continuous optimization, not experimentation for its own sake.
Sure. And with the North American market, how do you feel the awareness for Mendix is in North America, in from when you started 8 years ago to now? How do you think the awareness of Mendix has been for you?
So when I started, like I remember uh, hardly anyone knows about Mendix and what low
Yeah,
code platform is. There were a few other low code platforms in the market like Salesforce, Lightning,
yeah,
OutSystems, but they were not quite popular, amongst business user. And people were comparing and also skeptical about how this all will go in future.
mm,
Uh, so and I remember even after showing great value by adopting low code, still many business leaders they were skeptical about future of low code, and they were reluctant to include it in as
wow,
one of the tech stack in the company. Yeah, but
yeah,
now it's quite changed. I mean, there are so many use cases to prove
yeah,
that Mendix is one of the best tool or platform to build any solution that's required. And so the perceptions changed a lot, and obviously Mendix is releasing all the nice features, being up to date, what's going on in the world, and including them in the platform, enabling easy ways to integrate third-party solution or platforms. So those all have contributed a major role to build confidence, not just with tech people, but also with business stakeholders.
sure. And lastly, you mentioned skepticals, and as much as low code is more mainstream now, there's still skeptics around, who doubt low code. What would be your message you'd share with the skeptics of today who still hate on low code?
Yeah, to the skeptics, I'd say low code isn't about replacing developers, it's about amplifying them. It eliminates repetitive work so team can focus on solving real business problems faster and with better quality. Modern low-code platforms like Mendix bring enterprise-grade security, scalability, and openness, so you can integrate with anything, deploy anywhere, and still maintain full control. The proof is in results: faster delivery, happier user, and measurable ROI. Low code isn't a shortcut, it's a smarter way to build.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Romeo, it was nice to talk to you. Appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, sharing your experience, what you've learned, what you see in the future, how AI is coming in and how things will evolve in the Mendix and low code ecosystem. And I look forward to keeping in touch with you and speaking again in the future.
All right, that'll be nice. It was
Thanks, Romeo.
it was a pleasure, talking to you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.